friends, welcome back to my channel. Oh man, I haven't done this in a while. I'm coming at you with another book haul. And I know what you're thinking. Alita, didn't you just have a book haul come up like right before Christmas? Right after Christmas. I think it came up right after Christmas. You know what? I did. But, in my defense, I pre-filmed that like right after Thanksgiving. So it's been a little over a month. And most of this here was not my doing. I got to spend some money as a graduation gift from someone. Then I talked my husband into getting me some books as a graduation gift. Then a publisher sent me something. Then my friend wanted to go thrift shopping, because I was in town, and okay, fine, it was my idea. But she also gave me a box of books when I saw her. So, I think what we're going to do for 2022, the book hauls are getting out of control. And I'm really not ashamed at all, honestly. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a couple of buzzwords on why I bought them. I'm not going to give you full-blown synopsises because we would literally be here all night if I did that. I want to start with this. And you're thinking to yourself, Lita, that's not a book. And I'm thinking, I know, it's better. So, I love Helen Wong's writing. She is amazing, and a few weeks ago she had this thing where she said, hey, if you sign up, then I will send you a signed nameplate. Anyways, Christmas, graduation, everything, I kind of forgot. But she sent me, so this is the Kiss Quotient. This is the Bride Test. And this is the Heart Principle. And then you open up this and it has her nameplate. Oh my god, I'm totally geeking out right now. And then it says, Happy New Year, Heart Helen. Oh my god. I thought we could geek out together about that. But now let's get to the books. They're kind of in no particular order. I kind of have them all mixed together. Let's just start with this. I'm assuming it's this book right here. Do You Follow? I wasn't expecting anything, but it was from the publisher, I think. Green Leaf Book Group. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Do You Follow? It's a sticker. That is cute. Then there's a bookmark. And it says, A Twisting, Smart, and Wickedly Dark Tale. And then this card that just introduces the book. And it kind of says, hey, share your opinion here. And then the book. Do You Follow by J.C. Bowden. Advanced reader copy. So this comes out in January. Psychological thriller, twins, estranged comeback. And of course we have a little visitor. His name is Jellybean. He has to be the star of the show. It's the Jellyman Show. Holes by Louis Satcher. This is one of my favorites. It's about Camp Green Lake. and digging holes. It's really good. Please read it. Unsolved Deaths, Strange Deaths, and Mysterious Disappearances by Charles Phillips. It's nonfiction. Educated by Tara Westover. Memoir about this girl who doesn't go to school until she's 17 years old. She grew up in the mountains where her family didn't believe in education. The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. I bought this and I've already read it. It's adult thriller that reads like a young adult thriller about a girl who commits suicide and her best friend investigates what happened. Dual timeline. No dust jacket on this, but this is Return to the Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz. Last year I read Isle of the Lost, and this is the sequel to that. I think there are 4 books. It's the Descendants series, following the Disney villains in a whole new light, and maybe you won't hate them as much. Good Girls Die First by Katherine Foxfield. Mind Games, Deception and Murder, Survival, Amusement Park. The Kids Are Alright by Diana, Liz, Amanda, and Dan Welch. It's a memoir about dad who dies and mom who gets cancer. I like reading about main characters. I guess this is nonfiction, so it might be slightly different, but I typically like reading about main characters who have or have had cancer, just because I can relate to them so much. I feel like I'm going to carry that my entire life. It's not something that will ever go away. Our Wayward Fate by Gloria Che. This is about an Asian American. She's the only Asian in her school, and it's going to be very hard-hitting. Welcome to Night Vale by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Carnor. This one I am going to read because I don't know how to describe it. From the creators of the wildly popular Welcome to Night Vale podcast comes an imaginative mystery of appearances and disappearances that is a poignant look at the ways in which we all struggle to find ourselves, no matter where we live. Welcome to Night Vale, a friendly desert community somewhere in the American Southwest, where the sun is hot, the moon is beautiful, and mysterious lights pass overhead, while citizens pretend to sleep. I like that. It's a town like any town, with a city hall, a bowling alley, a diner, a supermarket, and a community radio station reporting all the news that's allowed to be heard. In this ordinary little town where ghosts, angels, aliens, and government conspiracy are a commonplace part of everyday life, the lives of 2 women with 2 mysteries are about to converge. The Passing Playbook by Isaac Fitzmosa is a young adult coming-of-age romance. Spencer is a proud nerd. He's about to start 10th grade. He can be safely queer. No one knows he's trans. Dead River by Sin Blog. So this is a young adult thriller in which these kids spend prom weekend at this cabin in the middle of nowhere, and then spooky stuff starts happening. The Problem with the Other Side by Quam Ivory is a person of color trying to change the way high school works and running for president. And it's like an election, and Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. So this family has an emergency. The cops are coming, and the mom calls the babysitter, the nanny, Amira, and Amira takes the child to the grocery store, and tries to occupy her while the police are at her house. And then this white Karen comes up and starts harassing this black girl who is the nanny and saying, oh, there's no way that's your kid, you kidnapped her, blah 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 blah, and like totally not doing what she should be doing. And there's some kind of video made at the store during this time that goes viral, and I believe this is the aftermath of all that. Midnight Sun by Trish Cook is about Katie, who is basically allergic to the sun, and somehow it's like a young adult romance. It is also a movie that I want to see. Ted Bundy, Conversations with a Killer by Stephen G. Malk and Hugh Answorth. So it's just true crime. Ted Bundy. On the note of true crime, If I Can't Have You by Greg Olson and Rebecca Morris. What really happened to the Powell family? I don't know anything about this case, so I guess I kind of just want to learn. Good in Bed by Jennifer Weiner. This has plus size rep, and I believe it's kind of like a Cinderella retelling. My Epic Spring Breakup by Kristen Rockaway. Young adult, romance, straight A student, want to have some fun. Afterward by Jennifer Matthew. Ethan went on a bike ride. 4 years later, he came home. So, 11-year-old Dylan is kidnapped, and when he gets there, he finds Ethan, a non-verbal, autistic boy who's like 14 now, 15, and their only choice is to fight to get out. And then these are both by the same author, so there's Deadly Games and Secret Weekend by Tom Reika. So, in Deadly Games, there is like this computer game that Tyler created, and his wife Quinn is scared that people are going to be coming after him because in the game is kind of inspiring people to go on a crime spree and kill teenagers. And then Secret Weekend is about this woman who wants to be proposed to by her boyfriend. So she kidnaps him and holds him hostage until he does, but she doesn't know that someone else has kind of snuck into this remote location that no one is supposed to know about. Super Fudge by Judy Blume. This is a series that I read as a kid. I want to get the entire series. Before We Were Blue by E.J. Schwartz. Eating disorder, friendship, found family, hard-hitting. It's About Your Husband by Lauren Lipton. So this follows Iris. Basically wants to follow her own dreams, so she moves to New York, breaks it off with her boyfriend, or husband, and when she gets to the Big Apple, she loses her dream job, and she's very down on her luck until someone hires her to follow her husband, who she thinks is cheating. So she becomes like this private investigator. Places No One Knows by Brene Jonovic. Follow Me and Disappear. I just heard this book is really weird, and I got it for free. So, My Absolute Darling by Gabriel Talent. Turtle is basically surviving in the forest in California on her own because her mom died and her dad is abusive, so she doesn't like to be at home. Landline by Rainbow Rowell. Yes, kids, there was a time when we had landlines, and we didn't know what cell phones were because they didn't exist, and the internet wasn't really a big thing. technology was nothing like it is today. So, in Landline, the internet is becoming a big thing. This guy works for this company that basically is hired as internet security, and his job is to read everyone's emails, and apparently he falls in love with one of the office workers through her emails. I've heard really good things about this, but I've heard really bad things about it, and to me it kind of sounds like stalkerish and creepy. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Will Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. Friends to the End. Karen M. McManus is an auto-buy author for me. A House at the Bottom of a Lake by Josh Malerman. It's a novella and these two people are on their first date on a boat, and they see a house at the bottom of the lake, so of course they go to investigate. Caravel by Stephanie Garber. It's a magical carnival. The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. Something terrible is buried in the forest at the end of Needless Street. I think it's haunted house, horror. 14 Ways to Die by Vincent Ralph. One Killer, 13 Victims, 1 million views. House of Ivy and Sorrow by Natalie Whipple. Witches living in a cursed house. Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. Anthology of Psychological Thrillers by Stephanie Bachman, Kendar Blake, Lee Bardugo, A.G. Howard, Marie Lou, J. Christoph, Jonathan Mayberry, Danielle Page, Megan Shepard, Carrie Ryan, Nova Rinsuma, McCormick Teppelman, Kat Winters, April Genevieve Thumpole. A Powerhouse Anthology. A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney, and Splintered by A.G. Howard. Alice in Wonderland retellings. This one's a retelling. This dark retelling. This one is more of the aftermath. So Alyssa's great grandma has been locked up in an insane asylum for a very long time after her adventures in Wonderland, because Wonderland, of course, doesn't exist. But Alyssa finds out that maybe her great grandma was not crazy. I Have Lost My Way by Gail Foreman. Strangers Becoming Friends. Hard hitting. Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. Secret Project in 2022. You Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno. A hard-hitting YA contemporary in which everything goes wrong. The Nesting by C.J. Cook is for A Secret Project in 2022. Dare Me by Megan Abbott. This is a young adult thriller that follows cheerleaders when a new coach comes, and like the cheerleaders are like the head of the school. They push everyone around, everyone's afraid of them, but this coach is not afraid of them, and she changes things. This is The Leaving by Tara Alderbrando. 6 were taken, 5 came back. 11 years ago, 6 kindergartners went missing without a trace. Now, 5 come back. Come Find Me by Megan Miranda. So I told you that I read the other Megan Miranda. So I bought this a couple weeks ago. I forgot that I ordered it. Danger is Closer Than You Think. I think it's about a missing teenager, a missing boy named Liam. And him and his dog just like slipped into another dimension. The last book is The Waking Forest by Alyssa West. This is about a forest that is alive and witchy vibes. Wow, we finished that haul. Oh my gosh, and it's like 30 minutes. Woohoo! I did good. Thank much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already.